I would say the reason the Real ID is safer and more important than just an enhanced ID is that the people on the receiving end of that have an assurance that you are who you claim to be. My name's Jake Graham. I am a professor of practice in the College of IST and retired colonel of Marines. To understand the Real ID Act and what it is requires you to go back in time a little bit. It has been delayed multiple times. In fact, it's been delayed 21 years. So the impetus of the Real ID Act really was born out of the attacks of 9/11. The attackers of 9/11, interestingly enough, used their real names in the attack, but they obtained their IDs fraudulently. If you just Google counterfeit identification cards, hundreds of hits will come up. And I did one yesterday just to check it out. The Chinese are prolific in flooding the system with artificial or with counterfeit identification cards. May 7th is the implementation date for the Real ID. It doesn't mean you can't get a Real ID afterwards. So the timeline, if you look at the timeline for the Real ID, it was part of in a much larger appropriation. The Real ID Act was passed, or as part of that appropriation was passed in 2004. It was signed into law in 2005 with a mandate for implementation of 2008. States did not, they started to push back right away. And again, it was this unfunded mandate. Where are we going to get the money? You have to not only have to have funding, you have to build up you have to establish the infrastructure, create the positions to do the things that are required to implement the ID. So the Real ID, it wasn't something that you could just turn on. It wasn't a matter of making a couple of changes to the design. You had to implement and embed security features in your ID card. But before that, there was a verification process that had to be done. Persons applying for a Real ID had to show proof of citizenship, a social security card, and verify their legal status. So those were some of the basic verification requirements. We need a system of verification, and we need a system of standardization, and it's just like our currency. The reason that our currency has so many security features is to validate that it's real. You as a consumer want to have the assurance and trust in your money. You as a vendor want to have assurance that the people that you're dealing with are authentic, who you're renting your apartment to, taking out a loan, boarding your aircraft. You want to make sure that those people are who they say they are.